What is up, ladies and gentlemen of that humble internet? My name is Ryan, aka the Ryman. We have returned for another major minor episode. I want to thank all the newcomers to the channel, all one of you, apparently attracted to this playthrough from Word of Dawn. Welcome. Enjoy yourselves. Last time that we were here, we were saved from prison by a fox lady, Sam, who apparently doesn't believe in underwear. She believes in murder, but she doesn't believe in underwear. Rocker was there. I love this glitch now. Oh, look how close we are to the ending! This is why so many of these episodes have been coming out. We're so close. We're getting close to the end of an era. Clace, if you're watching this, I know you're probably not. Whatever substance helped inspire this world, don't ever stop. Load me in, sucker. Let's go. The first things I notice is more cell doors. Is typical in a is typical in a prison. What? Like we're in some sort of prison block. My boy, my goddamn self. Could this really be Lord Player's residence? I would believe it. Some people have sex dungeons. Or just dungeons. I think the Punisher had a dungeon. Just took all the criminals that he couldn't be bothered to kill with at the time. Dude has issues, but he's also my favorite superhero. He does so have a special power that classifies him as a superhero. It's called bullets. I noticed Sam isn't too far away, so I inched towards her. Took you long enough. That face there. I don't know why I made that face. I for a split second, my goddamn brain went to Resident Evil 2. And I'm thinking, I just had my ass saved by a mysterious lady in red who is not above killing folk. 808. If my buddy Derek, I don't know why, Derek, if you're here, I don't know what the fuck brought you here. If you're here, you're probably gonna want to punch me now for comparing Sam to Ada. Probably deserve it too. Not like our lives are on the line. She crosses her arms and taps her hood. Don't get fucking sassy with me. Give me a towel. I will out-murder you. Oh god, that would be a fucked up first date. Just fucking go killing the random prison guards. Excuse me for not giving her my unconditional trust. There are some questions I'd like to have answered. I already told you. My name is Sam. Just stick to my side and you won't die. Oh my... It's like if I were to start up a... I almost used the word escort, but if I were to start up... Let's fucking go with that. Fuck it. If I start up an escort service, that would be the slogan. Stick by my side, and you won't die. I'm being paid to keep you alive, remember? We can part ways when I deliver you. Trust me, I'm not enjoying this either. Your smile says that's a lie. But I couldn't turn down a bonus like that. That was one of my main questions, actually. Who was paying her to secure my safety? And did she end up rescuing Kaylin from these cells? Sorry, Kaylin was nowhere to be found. And you mean you don't know who paid me? You must be more oblivious than I thought. Lady, you have no idea. I'm oblivious to everything, and I've been here since this plot fucking began. Does the name Righty ring a bell? Yes, Righty. Always hung out on the left side of the screen. He gave me quite the generous offer. Normally I'd refuse, but not this time. I got offers from other people as well, I'm sure you have. Enderman and Conrad, their names were. You seem quite popular on Terra, Ryan. Known by 3 lunatics? I guess that deems as popular, but money talks, and they were too quiet. I had to take Righty's offer in the end. I'm told you two go back a little bit. So I guess Righty went through with his attack? I guess it's easier to do with a team. I take this as confirmation that we're in Player's home. Yeah, he shouldn't be too far away. When I deliver you to him, I'm out of here. I'll be set for life after all this. She gestures broadly to the open cell doors. I have no idea why he held prisoners. I have a few theories. I'm going to keep them to myself. But Righty paid a bonus for their lives. It won't be long before they expose Player. After a few moments of walking, we reach a large door. I can only assume that this is the exit. No, it's the fucking broom closet. Right. Righty should be just out this door. Sadly, I can't get involved any further. I'll find a way out somewhere else. But trust me, we'll meet again. Yeah, that's not ominous at all. And maybe we can have more fun. That's not fucking ominous at all! Put your fucking photoshops away, I hear you. Y'all need church. Sam runs off, brushing my shoulder the way out. I'm left alone with a large door in front of me. Could I trust her? What if this was a trap? I look behind me and she's already gone. Sam, wait! I'm gonna punch myself for making the fucking RE2 reference. I guess I don't have any other option. I open the door and hope that Righty awaits me. That was a hell of a short chapter, but fucking yeah. It is fucking speeding along, these chapters. Right, Rocker, were you there to confirm that this happened? He was. I immediately noticed how large the cellar is. Player and Riley had a massive operation at play. It's wet and humid down here, not cared for. I take a few steps forward and scan the area. Didn't Sam say Righty would be right here? I look everywhere, but I can't find him at all. Hey. And just like that, and just like the cellar, he pops up behind me. Doesn't scare me as much, but my heart still pounds. I don't think he could have picked a worse time. Righty, did you actually show up on the right side of the screen? I'm proud of you. Oh, I frightened you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to tread lightly in here. He looks behind me as if expecting to see someone. Was Keela back there by chance? No, he was over there. And over there. And over there. It's not too soon. Shut up. He disappeared around the same time as you. I gulp before I break the news to Righty. I let him know that Keela passed away last night. Yeah, he passed away, alright. He was involved in a tragedy back on Earth. I see. This is most unfortunate. He was a very bright soul, you know. It's hard to find that in this bleak world. I better not tell him it was my choosing. In fact, I should probably not tell anybody that. Wait a minute. Back on Earth? Am I to believe that he left Terra? I nod. But that's impossible, Ryan. Our connection doesn't work that way. I fucking did it, bro. I swear that I'm telling him the truth. Before I woke him to cell, I went back as well. That's a pretty tall tale. But it would explain the king's interest. There's more to you than I thought. He crosses his arms, losing himself in thought, hence explaining the arts. You must have seen Sam, right? Oh, I've seen her, alright. I hired her to help me out today. She was supposed to rescue any prisoners, but they were just so many. I didn't know Blair was capable of this. His hatred truly knows no bounds. Sam saved me before she left the manor, yeah. I should probably tell Riley the truth. It isn't Lord Blair behind this, it's Riley. At least, he's been pulling the strings. Jesus fucking Christ, what? But before I can, we hear a crashing noise. It sounds like it's coming from upstairs. I look to Riley and ask what we should do. We need to investigate. Let's split up, gang! I think Blair already asked Kayleen. He wasn't in any of the cells. Just like Sam mentioned, that worries me. We can do this, Ryan. Together we're going to expose the king. Question! You have a giant fuck-off axe. What do I have? I've got a pair of night vision goggles, several knives, the bat, the rifle, more guns back there. There's my crossbow over there. There's another hatchet there. The machete's right there, along with another. No, that's not just a hatchet, that's a bone hatchet. And a ski mask. So many people have so many questions right now, but you're not going to get them. You're not going to get answers. He hands me a sword. Okay. All right. I was already armed literally to the teeth. But I like this guy. So he's got a lot of shit. Let's give him more. I don't know what to do with. You stick him with the pointy end, my boy. It's not complicated. I really hope he wasn't expecting me to fight. The art of swordplay has been lost on Earth. Before I can say anything else, he runs off. I follow him to the best of my ability. But it's not very easy keeping up with a goddamn 8-foot-tall Russian grizzly bear. And it isn't very long until we get upstairs. Blair's residence. Wow, what a mansion! I'm just fucking tossing out the RE references tonight. I'm baffled by how large this place really is. It's stunning counterpoint to the Wayfarer's Tavern. And for that matter, the society I saw before. Is this really what the upper class was like here? This is what the fucking upper class is like anywhere, you stupid tuck. Did I just call him a stupid tuck? Why do I feel like that's a really bad word in some cultures? What does that even mean? Calling it a mansion would be an understatement. It's a veritable labyrinth and showcase of wealth. We turn corners until we arrive at a large atrium. I assume that's where we're tracking down the noise we heard. Oh! Oh! Whoa! And sure enough, it's Henneman and Conrad. They immediately turn to us, drawing their weapons. Is this how it goes? This how it do? This how it go? No, not good enough. Remember, he gave me a sword, so we gotta do something appropriate. Where is it? Where'd it go? I swear, did my weapons grow sentient against sentient? What the fuck am I talking about? Oh, yeah, here it is. It's not a sword, but we have to be a little It's not a sword. It's the closest I have right now. But we're getting into character. He gave us a weapon. So this will be it. They draw the weapons. We draw ours. Righty. Hand over the savior. I don't really know any other Let's Players on YouTube who really get this aggressive with their shit, but, Oh, wait, that's right. He's one of the few people I remember how to do a goddamn accent for. It was a terrible one, but... I don't want to fight you today. I'm afraid I can't do that. We're here to rescue Kayleen. After today, Velasquez is exposed. You just won't give up, will you? There's nothing you need to expose. Any man who draws his daggers and lunges towards Righty. Get ready to experience an epic fight. Word style. Righty quickly weaves to the side and punches his gut. Enemy stumbles backwards, winded. A lucky hits. You need to stop being so blind. The king wanted Kayleen in prison. If I don't save him, he'll die. Lord Player is a relentless killer. There's no way Kayleen could escape. Righty draws his axe and holds it forward. We gotta get an axe now too to represent this shit. Hold up. Help me take down Player and rescue Kayleen! If you don't, then you're our enemy! Alright, so that's for Righty. This is for Endyman. What do you mean, our enemy? The Savior's on our side, you know. Enemy takes a fighting stance, looking at me! It's not true, Endyman. Ryan chose to Wait, we're back to him. Ryan chose to side with me yesterday. Even he saw Velasquez's facade. Spouting lies as usual. You'll do anything to get your way. But not this time, Righty. He lunges towards Righty again. But this time, I take action. I jump in the way and hold out my sword. Eamon stops in his track. Dangerously close. Oh, wait. He was using daggers and shit, right? I don't have time to gather my other shit. So it really should have been going like, oh, for Endyman. My time has come for why I'm surrounded by all this crap. Don't tell me it's true. What am I going with your accent anymore? I don't know. We went through so much for you. I tell Eminem that he's overthinking things. Siding with Righty was safer than rushing to the king. I had no idea what he wanted with me, and it was scurry. But rescue Kayleen would reveal the king's intent. If the king was truly evil, I'd stay away. But if he wasn't, then we could venture to him to him safely. Saving Kayleen was more like flipping a coin to me. Better than rushing against unfathomable odds. I came from another world, and I couldn't be sure. I needed to know Velasquez's true nature first. I could put that down. And I could probably fold that back yet. If our situation is reversed, he'd do the same. This seems like a good enough explanation for him. So we can all put away our weapons. Everyone at home, put away your weapons. The fight is done. I put in way more effort into reading that segment than I think any other Let's Player has on all of YouTube. Either, whether it be the big name professional ones or the unknown schmucks like me. I don't think anyone else has literally gone to that extent of brandishing weapons to reenact while sitting in a fucking chair. He sheathes his daggers and assumes a neutral stance. Very well, I trust you. But we don't have time to rescue Kaylin. Like hell you don't. Taking down Player is what you wanted. Helping me will accomplish that too. This is where I decide to tell them the truth. Lord Player wasn't behind all this. It was Riley. All 75 pounds of him. He played the role of an advisor and controlled him. Nani? Are you serious? But we saw the blooded rags. We know Lord Player attacked you. That's why we came here to begin with. Before I can continue, we hear a noise upstairs. As if on cue, Riley enters the scene. Why this weird-ass angle? I'm surprised you didn't see it, Endyman. You work with fake evidence all the time. Well, let's get things moving, shall we? I'm tired of your endless bickering. He turns around and grabs something from behind him. Or wait, he grabs someone from behind him. Emmett and Riley immediately take a fighting stance. I just put the weapons away! This must be Kaylin. You can put aside your differences. Not even with you can't put aside your differences, even when the lives are on the line. Kaylin squirms in his grip, clearly overpowered. I was gonna say, how is anyone overpowered by this scrawny fuck? But then again, I was apparently choked the fuck out. Riley holds still and places a knife to his throat. You all think that you've won. I never thought that. But you couldn't be more wrong. Soon this entire building will burn. There won't be any proof left behind. And I'll hunt down the prisoners you saved. Just as soon as I slit Kaylin's throat. But not here. I have a plan. Come and chat with me and Lord Player. One last chance to resolve things. No matter what, there will be death. And the outcome will decide our election. Today, the throne will be secured. He slowly backs out of the room, holding his hostage. I look at everyone beside me, not sure what to do. So it is true. He really is one behind this. They both look at me. Thank you for telling us the truth. Yeah, otherwise we might have killed Player. I shrug and tell him it's not relevant anymore. No matter who's in charge, we have a decision to make. Or I probably have the decision to make. Should we go after Riley? Or is it some kind of trap? They both cross their arms and ponder in unison. You two are the professionals, right? Don't tell me this is going to be left up to me. You two are the hardcore soldiers. I notice that even Conrad is staying out of this. Yeah, Conrad remained silent even throughout that fight. He was just fucking sitting back there. Like, what the hell? Are they working together? Never thought I'd see that. We have to play the odds, Endyman. What do you mean? We can follow after Riley. If we do, there's a chance Kaylin will live. But if we assume it is a trap and leave, well, Kaylin will die for sure. If I do this, will you hand me the savior? Is that how much Kaylin means to you? Riley pauses and looks at me. Dude, whatever advances this shit at this point. Besides, Endyman didn't even ask my opinion. You asked too much of me, Endyman. Ryan chose to come with me freely. Righty, you're making a mistake. The fate of Terra is at stake here. There's far more than the fate of Kaelin. Please, let the Savior come with me. This will save both Kaelin and Terra. Saving Kaelin is useless on its own. I will help you if you give me the Savior. Otherwise, I will take them by force. This will kill both you and Kaelin. Enmin returns to a fighting stance. Do I truly mean that much to him and Conrad? Enmin, you know what I do for a living. I protect the lives of others. To that end, you have me at an impasse. If I fight, you two will kill me. Then, you take the Savior away. This will lead Kaelin to come to his doom. But if I give you the Savior, everybody has a chance to live. You should become a politician, you know. You're great at screwing people over, making them go against their values. Aelin changes the subject, choosing not to respond. I feel like I'm just some sort of commodity now. But to be honest, anywhere is safer than here. So if saving everyone means leaving Righty, that's okay. A temporary alliance, then. A temporary alliance. I'm gonna drop this fucking accents, because I can't keep up. They shake hands, but both parties seem hesitant. As the physical contract between them is uncomfortable. We tried working together once, Righty. Let's hope it ends better this time. So just like that, I'm back in it with Enmin and Conrad. I can't say I'm surprised after all. The mission I side with Righty for would be completed. Kaelin would be freed, and I know Velasquez's intent. If his intent was evil, Kaelin could testify. But if it wasn't, then I would gladly help him. It seems like all the bases are finally covered. They start walking up the stairs, full of purpose. I turn to Conrad, who still seems to be processing this. So what? I'm the third wheel now? Dude, you could have, like, chimed in at any goddamn time. They couldn't have picked a better time. He growls before he follows suit. Soon enough, we're all ascending the stairs. When we reach the top, we notice the door is open. We all stare at each other, exchanging reassuring nods. In this moment, we are united. Our goal was clear. And with that resolve, we venture forward. Yes! And Rocker was there! Yeah! Oh god! It's the final 10! No, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's the final 11! Let's keep going. I'm doing pretty good time. These chapters are going like quick now. As soon as we enter the room, we separate. We all stand in line facing towards Riley and Claire. But it seems like they made a quick switch. Claire now holds Kaelin hostage, and Riley, kaboo. I examine their faces and notice a disparity. Riley seems calm and collected, completely unfazed. But Claire looks around in a panic, fidgeting awkwardly. Riley's leadership was now more apparent than ever. Riley, what do you want? You're cornered, and there's more of us. I want to secure the throne, Endyman. That's all I've ever wanted. That is something you can never do. You need to give up before it's too late. Riley, we can negotiate for your life. Killing you and Claire isn't our goal. We only ever wanted to end your campaign. Just give up, and you can still live. I'm afraid it's too late for that. All of our prisoners are already freed. It won't be long before they start talking. And after that, they'll want vengeance. Living in fear isn't living at all. We would never truly be safe from harm. But it's good to know you're not hiding. We were sick of pretending not to know. So obvious that you belong to the king. This works in your favor, Riley. We can have him make a public statement. He'll announce your innocence to everyone. He would gladly make a statement like that, especially if you surrendered your campaign. At that point, you'd be a free man. I notice that player has calmed down by now. He seems to like what he's hearing. Riley, on the other hand, seems surprised. You really think he could do that? Of course, it would be simple. But we want protection, too. Place to stay, guarded at all times. Don't press your luck, Riley. It's you who shouldn't be pressing. He presses his blade to Kabu's throat, smirking. Fine, but you two have to stand down. That includes handing over Killeen and Kabu. Player and Riley exchange glances before nodding. We have to do this my way, Endymion. You can come get Kabu for me directly. Slowly, with no sudden movements. After that, Conrad will get Killeen. Then you'll escort us all to a safe place. I need to ensure that you're not lying. We'll be at the back of the group. No one can be behind us. I know the true nature of you two. Endymion and Conrad exchange glances this time. Conrad looks worried, but Endymion looks confident. It was complicated, but this might all end peacefully. I'm going to walk towards you now. I'll raise my arms, so I can't attack. When I get there, you hand over Killeen. Riley nods, and Endymion starts his walk. Riley looks on, unsure of what to think. But if things went awry, I'm sure he'd attack. Slower, Endymion. Slow down with that Photoshop. Stop it. Slow the fuck down, Photoshops. He obeys instantly, almost like a puppet. Riley watches in fright as the assassin approaches him. I can see Connor grip his sword just in case. Kabu and Killeen, everything will be okay. I promise this won't last much longer. Someone's gonna fucking die. He reassures the two hostages as he arrives. After a few moments, he's face to face with Riley. You must stay true to your word, Riley. I'm going to take Kabu and walk back. Of course. I wouldn't dream of crossing you. He's dreaming so hard right now. But before you go, can I say one thing? Oh God, the Lannisters send their regards! Make it quick. Riley clears his throat before he speaks. It echoes throughout the large hall. You should never trust in a politician. We're all dirty, especially King Velasquez. Or should I say, my true employer. There are more twists and turns in this than an episode of Game of Thrones. Enemy looks shocked, unable to move. Did Riley just say that Velasquez was his boss? This must go deeper than any of us thought. Riley uses this momentary confusion to make his move. He runs his blade along Kabu's throat effortlessly. Well, not that we get to see that, but he did. He squirms and falls to the ground in a puddle of blood. Riley, you bastard! He reaches for his daggers, but he's not fast enough. Riley plunges. Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh! He plunges the knife into his gut multiple times. After the final stab, he twists the knife around. Ellipses! Endymion falls to the ground, making the puddle larger. This is an episode of Blood and Fur. Fur and Blood. Oh my God, that's a Game of Thrones book title. Fur and Blood. A Song of Fur and Blood. Title. hog of fur and blood. Riley stands there with a sadistic grin, laughing. Animan, no! Conrad lunges forward, but Riley intercepts him. He holds Conrad in place, stopping his attack. Ellipses. Player looks horrified, staring at Kabu's body, but his grip against Kayleen tightens. He's panicking. I'm panicking! Riley walks over to his pawn, still laughing loudly. Do it, player. Kill Kayleen. He's the biggest thorn in our side. If you do it, we'll be unstoppable. Player gulps audibly, his body shaking. Player, don't do this! Riley interjects, still holding Conrad tightly. It's not too late to become a free man. Riley's been using you all along. There isn't any real proof of your crimes. But if you kill Kayleen, I can't help you. There will be witnesses to your crime. Do the right thing here and surrender. I'm against Velasquez as well, you know. So I'm not acting in a way that helps him. I want to help you and save Kayleen. Ellipses. Player, we've come too far to back out. Everything we worked for is on the line. I order you to kill Kayleen right now. Player looks at Riley and back at Kabu's lifeless body. He presses his knife harder against Kayleen's throat. And harder. And he starts to draw blood. You're right about that, Riley. Everything is on the line right now. I am so sorry. Please forgive me, Kayleen. He closes his eyes before he uses the blade. Almost like he can't attach himself to his actions. He adds a third victim to the floor and more blood. But it isn't Kayleen's blood. It's Riley's. You fool! You should never have trusted a politician! He grabs his throat and squirms in pain. Player looks at what he's done, horrified. Kane loses his opportunity to break free. He runs towards Riley, gaining his freedom. And he sees this. As he sees this, he releases his grip on Conrad. Animan. He immediately runs towards Animan's body. He cradles him in his arms, shaking him softly. This isn't funny, Animan. Wake up! Player runs to Kabu's body and holds it close. With the violence gone, they cry over their losses. Riley, Kayleen, and I stare on in shock. I'm sorry, my son. Can I save? Is this a save point? The game has grown sentient. Oh no! This is the game creator, Clace, literally breaking the fourth wall. It's like, Ryan! It's not over yet! Oh, what the fuck? Before any of us can speak, we get visitors. They enter the room from the back as if they watched. Oh. Oh, fuck, it's the Doublemint twins. I was told there was like 10 chapters, or did I just walk into like the secret RPG boss fight? Like, so this is what the revolution looks like? pathetic, wouldn't you agree, Nami? Yes, Nagi, I agree. They're hurt over such small losses. These men mean nothing in the grand scheme. But I'm thankful they become violent. It helped me test out my little theory. Father's been deceitful, yet again. Big surprise. Why did you two switch places? Why did they change? Why? What's going on? They stare at all of us with sly smirks. Who the fuck are these guys, and why are they watching? I mean, we all have our kinks, but... The man, or... Nagi, starts to walk towards me. So you're the man that Father wants. I have to say, I'm surprised. I expected something different. We all expected something different. I immediately hold out my sword. Yeah, that's gonna do something. I've never used it before, so I mimic what I've seen. Oh god, I want to see that. I would pay money to see that in an animated scene. Which is basically saying I would pay money to basically see myself try to look threatening with a sword against this guy. Cherishable. There's no way I could defend myself against him. Don't be so stupid, Savior. I just want to get a closer look. I back up in time with his steps. There's no way I want this guy close to me. Righty stands forward and holds out his axe. He's leaving Kalen's defense to come to mine. Well, at least there's someone my size. But it's useless. You can't stop me. Radia takes this as a challenge and leaps forward. But I find it very hard to explain what happens next. As if she teleported, Nami blocks the way. She extends an arm and punches Radia across the room. Damn, girl! He hits the wall with a thud and falls to the floor. He's motionless, knocked out cold. This leaves me and Kalen alone and defenseless. Thanks, my love. Wait. I thought you two were... fucking laugh track stops. Fucking heavy metal stocks. Wait. But I thought they were siblings. Are they not? I'm sorry, but if I thought they were siblings, they were saying father. They were referring to Velasquez as father. I think both of them, and they're definitely twins. They're definitely siblings. They've got to be siblings, And if there's siblings, and he's saying, thanks, my love, then there's really only one goddamn thing that's coming to mind. I'm gonna stop it there before I get a copyright. Probably too late. Fuck you, YouTube. He was starting to get on my nerves. He continues to walk towards me. Man, this shit really is turning out to be more and more like Game of Thrones. I try to back up further, but I hit the wall. He grins at me, knowing I can't go anywhere. I could go to the left, or I could go to the right. Do you have any idea what you are? I don't know anymore. I think I'm a man. A man? I am human man. Do you have any idea what's inside of you? Organs that would very much like to stay in their home. I make eye contact with Kayla. Yeah, because the dude in the choker over there is gonna be able to be like so much help. I could tell he wants to help, but it's pointless. Anyone who can take out Righty is just too powerful. I give up and try to run, but it's useless. Nami appears by my side and pins me to the wall. Nagi holds out his sword as he approaches me. Father tried to trick us. The power that he wants isn't within Terra. For some reason, it's within you. Before I can even think, I'm skewered on his blade. Ooh! He stabs it deep into the wall, pinning me in place. My body lights up in pain as I start to bleed out. He twists the blade inside of me, intensifying the pain. The gear on the base of his sword starts to turn. I can feel myself becoming weaker. I'm dying. Looks like we won the race, Nami. I didn't think it would be that easy. Anything to say before I unleash this? Here's to the future we create. Oh my god, they're siblings and they're fucking each other. Yes, to the future we create. He pushes the blade deeper and the gear spins faster. I feel like it's draining me of my very essence. They give me such terrifying grins, I have to look away. A moment later, my vision fades into nothingness. The last thing I hear is Player and Conrad's cries. They weep over the family they will never see again. For on that day, they become only memories. Did the game just end? Fucking what? Several months prior, I smile as I run down the halls of the local mall. It's like, yeah! I've been stuck on this fucking world for months, but I'm in a mall! I'm gonna kick the ass of whatever goddamn asshole dragged me off of my earth and plonked me right here. I will stonk him and everything he loves. Every day that passed, my odds got even better. The Popstar contest had become a worldwide phenomenon. Stocks rose and stores sold out. Everyone wanted to win. I tried not to drink too much, but it was addicting. Not only the caffeine, but the prize that awaited. Everybody wanted to live a life of luxury like that. We all had worries we just wanted to melt away. There were so many stores I could choose from. But I had a local joint that I like to stick to. It didn't get much business, and I thought that'd help. I suppose that's something like a gambler's hope. The less used machine will pay out more, right? At least that's what I told myself every single goddamn day. Nobody had won yet. Both camps were still in the wild. I turn a few corners and end up at my favorite store. The clerk greets me as usual as I walk inside. I notice a new addition. They have TVs on the wall. Some sort of news report about the contest was airing. You really couldn't go a minute without hearing it. It's not often the whole world unites like this. Fuck you, Riley! You just give me a goddamn aneurysm? For some reason, they kept the cooler in the back. Maybe it was to tempt me with other choices first. Oh, okay, that's blood. I wonder who I'd meet if I'd won. I'm sure the people running the door would be awesome. At least I hope that was the case. Some people can be all business and no pleasure. Sure. But I'm sure Clace would be great at least. You hear all kinds of things on the news. He was young and a long career ahead of himself. But let's not forget about the people behind the scenes. There were those involved that no one knew about. Not everybody liked the limelight after all. A slight pain starts radiating in my head. I hate headaches. I've been getting them a lot lately. I do my best to push it aside as I arrive at the cooler. But when I get there, I notice they're sold out. Did somebody come and buy out their supply? Yeah. I quickly turn around and walk back to the clerk. It's extremely unusual that the place would sell out. I decide to talk to them and ask what's going on. The clerk shrugs and says they have lots. He tells me that I must have overlooked them. That's weird. I'm not the type to do that. Yes, I fucking am. The headache gets more intense and I stumble. I press myself against the counter for support. Clerk asks if I'm okay and I say, "No, fuck no." I look at the TV once again. The report has changed. Now they're talking about murders or something. It's a shame, but that's the kind of world we live in. Maybe we're using this contest to mask our flaws. I decided to give it a shot and check the cooler again. Not expecting anything, so I have nothing to lose. Before I could get there, the pain returns. I take a moment to brace myself, holding onto the shelf. It gets worse, despite all my coping techniques. I try to call out for help, but no one comes to my aid. Aid. And just like that, my body gets... Oh, there go my organs. My hand slips from the shelf and I fall to the ground. My head crashes harshly against the linoleum floor. I expect to be knocked out, but that's not what happens. It's like the fall flipped a switch in my mind. It's at that moment that I remember everything. Can I die now? Is this hell? Am I in hell? Can I go to hell? Just send me to hell. I immediately rise to my feet and clutch my chest. I fully expect a blade to be stabbed through my body. I pan heavily before realizing that I'm fine. But I still rest against the shelf, utterly confused. Why was I here? Before I won the contest? Who were those people that attacked us? What happened to everybody at the ballroom? There was a blitz there of some kind. How could I get back to help them? I'd have to win the contest, wouldn't I? But the store's all sold out. I could have sworn that this is where I won. After that thought, one last memory turns to me. I check my pocket, and sure enough, there it is. The replica that Singe gave me in our meeting. How the fuck did that get here in my pocket? I gulp audibly and look back at the clerk's direction. For all intents and purposes, this was a winning can. I don't really have a choice. I'd have to use this. It's the only way I could get back and try again. Perhaps this time, things would be different. I walk back and laugh, telling the clerk he was right. He rings through the purchase, and I pay him promptly. I leave the store certain one single fact. This was how I won my place in Clasis World Tour. Can I end the chapter? No? No, this is how we die, huh? This is how we end. I jolt awake and I cry out for help. But I quickly realized this was an overreaction. I pan heavily and my body uncomfortably shivers. I'm covered in a layer of sweat that feels like ice. Oh, I'm back on Earth. Okay. This is gonna be an episode, all right. Hey, it's okay. You're safe now. Take this. It should help you out. He must have noticed my shivering. He places a blanket on my shoulders. I wrap it around my body tightly and look up at him. I ask him what the fuck just happened, and where the fuck are we? You were thrashing about in your sleep. You passed out after the bombing incident. I wasn't sure how long you'd be out. As you can see, we left the building. We're in an underground bunker now. You can rest easy. We're safe. He takes a deep breath, and it's finally all over. He leans back in his chair, giving me a slight smile. So I was thrashing about in my sleep? Was that whole thing just a dream then? We have lots to talk about, you know. So much has happened, and all so fast. I shift my body around and rest my feet on the floor. This whole place smells stiff and uncared for. Almost like the prison back at Player's house. The events of the ballroom played back in my mind. Conrad lost Eamon, and Player lost Kabbu. I wish there was something I could have done. Acheron must have sensed the sorrow on my face. He places a paw on my shoulder and comforts me. It's okay. I know how you're feeling. We're more alike than you think. Part of me really doubts that, my dude. I laugh softly, instantly doubting him. I don't think he has the same weight on his shoulders. I think he do! Oh god, then I guess we are alike. Life is full of hardships like this, but one thing is the same, no matter what. We all have regrets when we overcome them. Mine would be my lack of honesty towards you and everyone here, but at the same time it was necessary. Lack of honesty? What does he mean by that? I don't even know where to start, but please, let me finish my story. It's important that you know everything. I believe you've met Ryu before. And I believe that you've been to the Ark. These are a couple of things we have in common. Those were the last things I expected him to say. I stare at him in sheer confusion, speechless. Perhaps the story goes deeper than I thought. He granted me a portion of his power, the ability to slow or stop time's flow, and with that, he gave me an objective. I was supposed to protect all of you, everyone inside the convention center. It seemed like an easy enough task, right? But he gave me some opposition, someone bent on killing all of you. Maxine Armstrong. Yeah, I'm sure that you figured that out. It was the Arms heiress visiting Japan, or should I say, my sister. My true name is Acheron Armstrong, youngest in the Armstrong family line, but I've long since abandoned that name. He continues unleashing revelations. You mean like how everyone on Earth mirrors people in Terra? So like you and Max are the brother-sister duo looking to change fate. There were the Bunny brothers that kind of resemble the Popstar brothers here on Earth as well. There's that one annoying prick who represented that other annoying prick. You know the one. More of the puzzle pieces fall into place. Things were more connected than I've ever could have guessed. Ryu pitted sibling against sibling. One to protect and one to kill. The forces of life and death in our hands. He turned this into some sort of contest. If any were left standing, I would win. But if everyone died, Max was the victor. The prize was the Ark itself. We would get to rule as an immortal being. Life and death would cater to our whims. So this was a game to Max. If she won, she could undo the deaths. That, and bring back our sister. I remember Ryo telling me about this. He said that he wanted a worthy successor, but he never mentioned Acheron to me at all. I was under the assumption it was only Max. I hope that things are making more sense. That was the true nature of what happened. The truth behind the convention center. So this was all just a battle to rule over the Ark? And we all got caught up in it because of my role? Ryo said that he had to watch me as well as the contest. But why would Ryo want to leave the Ark? Dude, have you been up there? It kinda sucks. He said he was bored and lonely, but that can't be it. I would kinda think that'd be it. You've been up there, it kinda sucks. There has to be more to this story than we know. Either way, the battle is over. Max can't get to any of you down here. In a few hours, I will rule the Ark. He lets out a soft grin. Max relied far too much on her power. But I only ever used it twice myself. Once to plant my resume in Jade's office. And the second time for the evacuation. Max was extremely eager to compete with me. She took care of the previous guard. I needed to enter the tour naturally. But after that, it was child's play. I know how she works better than anyone. Pushing her buttons was incredibly easy. I asked him why he's so sure of his victory. If Max had the power, there was still a chance. No, there's no chance. We were playing her right from the start. She fell into our trap far too easily. Our? We? Who's we? It ain't me! It ain't Kilo, cause he's fucking dead! Unless it was Kilo, and he's not dead. Is he not dead? Was it my new boy, Rook? Is that who he's been in constant communication? That's how he would know. And that's why Acheron would go through such excessive lengths to try and save him after I made that choice. Oh, never mind. I took a shot. I took a fucking shot. I was wrong. Continue. I'll be over here. It was Singe. He knows everything. I even told him of the Ark and our powers. We formulated a plan together. He's a genius, to say the least. That, and a very talented actor. Singe is involved now, too? I feel like after this, I won't have any questions. I probably will. Max planned all along to involve weapons. It's very easy for us to exploit this. Initially, Singe fought back against her. We needed Max to feel like she had power. It made him more believable when he caved. At that point, she was getting cocky. Her staff loaded the building with weapons. Everything was going her way. She went on to kill Clace. Then she took care of the previous guard. That's when I entered the scene. The contest would last for one whole day. Midnight tonight will be the battle's end. It was important that we remained passive. Singe started to play a frightened role. No sudden movements, he'd say. We needed Max to believe she was winning. That's why he looks away from me before continuing. That's why we let Rocker and Keela die. Means to an end? When you have a prize like that on the line, I kinda get it, dude. It sucks, but I get it. It needed to look like I was failing. This made Max even more confident. Tensions rose in the convention center. Tensions that made me seem inadequate. People were fighting amongst themselves. They wanted to leave, but they couldn't. Singe was still playing his part. Max was clearly winning. It was obvious. So it was my turn to act. I pretend that my resolve was wavering. These people were dying on my watch. How could I ever guard anyone again? I put on quite a show for all of you. I even acted at the press conference too. I still feel bad about that outburst, but it was important to showcase doubt. Max had what she wanted. Singe was completely in her pockets, her brother wasn't able to outsmart her, and everyone was still in one place. It would be so easy for her to win. That's when I decided to meet up with her. It was all going according to plan. She actually suggested that we team up. Said that we could kill the rest of together. But she didn't know I was recording. I gotta admit that she was the killer. But she thought she was just converting me. This is extremely smart. Actually, it's almost unbelievable. But one part irks me about all this. It implies that they willingly sacrifice life. Dude, the goal of this is to become a literal fucking furry god. Means to an end. Means to an end. I'm not proud of what we did either. But it was either them or literally... Forget that line. Literally, the whole multiverse would be fucked. I'm sure you know that feeling as well. Either way, we worked with the police. The bomb going off was their signal. Instead of coming in, they set a perimeter. I did agree to work with Max. She believed that she had my allegiance. But I made use of the recording immediately. I gave it to both the media and the police. Max Armstrong is completely ruined. Receiving this recording was their signal. After that, they'd attack the building. But everyone except for her would be gone. This whole plan assumed a lot, of course. First, that she would use her weapons. And second, that she would confess to me. But I know how she works after all. I was certain it would unfold this way. That's why I made them tactical signals. Trust me, she's not winning. If they didn't catch her, she's on the run. She'll lose control of the company as well. I picked that exact time to evacuate. She'd be caught up in saving her own life. There's no way she knows where we are. I believe that's what you call checkmate. This is crazy to say the least. But if anyone could do it, it was them. And the fact that we're here confirms it. The strategy involved was infallible, well, to me. It was just an unlucky soul. Well, I was just an unlucky soul caught in the middle. I don't know what your role really is. In fact, I don't even know if Rio does. But he'll be coming here shortly anyway. He has to take me to the Ark. Or, should I say, my new home. Perhaps he'll have some answers then. I was just taking a walk around. Everyone is here except for Daz and Singe. They're resting in a separate bunker. Ooh, they get a separate bunker. I still thought it would be wise to do this. Max found one of those bunkers. She still wouldn't be able to win. But for the first time, you're safe. I'd enjoy this evening with everyone. Your duty as savior may come soon as well. I nod and return to my feet. He was right. Things were coming to a close. Things are fucking coming to a close. I slowly walk towards the exit of the room. But before I can leave, Akron calls to me. I quickly turn back around and look at him. Your bond with Akron was strong enough. Wait. Can I keep you for one more minute? There's something that's been on my mind. Shoot, Fox boy. I take a few steps back towards him. I'm all ears. Ask him what he wants to say. Well, it's about the Armstrong name. Why I ran away. Why I left it behind. It's more related than you may think. I pressed my back against the wall. Let me give ourselves a good old-fashioned listen. I guess he assumes there's no holding back. If he's about to leave for the Ark, he should talk. Let's see. Where should I start? Armstrong was run by my parents. That is, until about 5 years ago. They were working on a new chemical weapon, but it was too much to do on their own. They had to acquire investors, and fast. The company pockets only went so deep, so they scoured the globe for partners. I'm guessing they found some in Africa. Didn't take long to get what they needed. They held a meeting for the investors, a chance to show off what they made, potentially get more money too. But it wasn't so simple. Chemicals can be very volatile. I'm sure you can guess what happened. The boom boom went off and took your parents and your sister. The weapons went off by accident. Luckily, I was watching from outside. Well, I guess lucky is a relative term. I watched my parents die an agonizing death. They clawed... It wasn't a boom boom. It was just basically like super death gas. Oh, that's legitimately rough. I hope with power you can probably do a little bit more good in the multiverse, but whatever. But there was nothing I could do. Max was beside me as well, shocked. Our older sister had her eyes covered. After this, the family was in disarray. Our older sister was thrust into leadership, but she wasn't trained. None of us were. The whole world had its eyes on us. Some important people died that day. We tried our best to cover it all up, but you can't cover up memories. These events affected families everywhere. We weren't the only ones who lost people. It took a while, but we recovered. Business was good, and we traveled lots. Eventually, we had... Oh, God, nothing good happens there! A dignitary wanted our services. Dignitary. Some local warlords had threatened him. A dignitary. So the Armstrong siblings went for a visit. He requested our latest weaponry. The chemical weapons were put on hold, so we had to bring some explosives. He was very nice to all of us. He gave us a tour of his massive estate. Then he wanted us to meet his son. I was more than ecstatic to meet him. It was nice to make strong connections. But the room he took us to was empty. He started crying as he told us the truth. His son had moved to America a while back. He made a fortune investing in companies. One of those companies was Armstrong. He broke down and kept asking us why. Why did we take his son away from him? But none of us knew what to say. Next thing I knew, we were passing out. He must have drugged the meal he gave us. I would have never guessed he had a past like this. He always seems so calm and collected. I asked him what happened next, especially how it relates to current events. Well, we were separated when we woke up. I was tied to a chair, and he was there. My old sister was tied to a chair too, but she was in a room farther away. This is where it gets familiar. We both had bombs strapped to us. He left the room and told Max to choose. Would she save her brother or her sister? I begged her to let our sister live. She was the head of the company, after all. I was nothing and didn't matter. The man wanted us to experience his pain, but Max told him that we already did. We lost our whole family in that incident. Unfortunately, he was too far gone. What he wanted was revenge, and we were the only remaining Armstrongs. It's kind of ironic, isn't it? Don't you think? He used the same weapons we brought. We provided him with the means to do this. I begged and pleaded for my death. It seemed like Max's choice was obvious. For some reason, she wouldn't do it. She let her older sister die. I still remember hearing the bomb. I heard the moment her life was ended. The man came in to free me. As soon as he did, I attacked him. I wanted to kill him, I really did. But he was armed, and he was stronger. That's how I got this scar on my face. Wait, the red streak down your snout? Dude, I thought that was part of your fur pattern. I really did. He marked me with a knife so I had to remember. He was never heard from again after that. Max and I ran back to America. She promptly inherited the entire company. A little convenient, wouldn't you say? I think that's what she wanted all along. She took the opportunity to off our sister. That way she gets to run the company. But then... did she kill our parents too? Was she responsible for the accident? If she was, she finally got what she wanted. At that point, I decided to run away. But she told me one final thing. One day, you'll know what it felt like. She swore that she caved under the pressure. It had nothing to do with inheritance. Her body just went on autopilot. But I would never know for sure. At least, that's what I thought. I didn't see her again until this ordeal. And of course, what does she do? She sets up those bombs and makes me watch. I saw the look on your face. The look of fear and indecision. How could you choose between Keela and Rook? It would be even harder if it were family. I think she wanted to send that message. She wanted me to see what it looked like. And it's not a pretty sight at all. But it did nothing to prove her innocence. She's not above killing to inherit. It's what she's doing now for the Ark. To that end, the message loses validity. I'm still left with this scar. I remember it every time I look at myself. My sister's death and Max's betrayal. I thought you deserved to know. There was a reason you had to choose. It was only to prove a point to me. I'm sorry you had to experience that, but Maxine Armstrong is insane. You know what they say about those crazy girls, though. So that's one thing. Everyone kept warning me that I didn't need an actual crazy homicidal chick trying to track me down to kill me. She killed to take over the company. She killed a chance for the Ark. There's nothing she won't do. Now I don't know why Singe agreed to help, but Armstrong is a heartless company. They wouldn't be surprised if he was a victim. But I'll give you one piece of advice. If you ever see her again, run away. Doing that made my life all the better. I don't think we should run away anymore. If I see her, I'll probably give her one good, swift uppercut to the baby maker. He crosses his arms as if he's done talking. And there's a slight glisten in his eyes. You don't need to give me a reaction. It's just something I wanted you to know. You can leave the room as you see fit. I nodded at him, unsure of what to say. I'm satisfied that I'm learning so many things, but I'm crushed at the sorrow he must have felt. One of the first things I'm going to do, I'm going to bring back my sister. She'll make this world a better place. And I'm very sorry for lying to you. I hope you can learn to forgive me. As I said, lack of honesty is my regret. But this whole thing was a setup. I couldn't risk the operation. This time, I was forced to lie. I never would have done it otherwise. He smiles at me with nothing else left to hide. Then he returns to his chair, ending the conversation. It's true. He could bring her back if he won. I assume he could do the same for all the others. It would take a while to process all this information, but at least some of my biggest questions were answered. I leave the room with a sense of satisfaction. Fucking yes, god damn, this is an episode. I am not in control over how long this shit is. Rocker was there. With that, now we are in the final 10. So, if anything... Oh, there's a Question mark? We're in a bunker. Anyway, if anything, extra long episode to help us get us closer to the end. You guys know that deal. I'm just going to wrap it up right here. I'll probably going to do another episode tomorrow at some point. Stay awesome out there, guys. Adios.